healing self. And our previous lecture was on healing others. And what I want to say that healing self is not just randomly goes after healing others. I put it this way because this is more complicated on one hand, and this is simpler on the other. Just please let me know if the sound goes too low, okay, so that I would adjust it if needed. And I'm so glad to see you here. Okay, I'll try to adjust the volume like this. Better now? Yes, great. Okay. So healing self is sometimes in some aspect it's harder, and in the other aspect it's easier. So in which aspect it's harder? It's if when we were drawing in lecture 3, if I remember correctly, the stream. Now a second, I will draw. We were drawing a stream, right? And our alignment in the stream and how much we are aligned, and if we have these areas where we are pre-aligned, right? And also this screen of physical events and things. And in short, if someone is watching now who did not see the lecture 3, it is highly recommended because it is from there, the model description. But just to remind that our level of alignment, this is what allows us to see harmony in the world that surrounds us. Meaning we can say that the world around us is always in harmony. In this model, okay, we won't try to convince ourselves or others that this is so, not so. We won't argue about it. We just take it as a model that the world around us is always in harmony. It's just that as much as in disharmony, okay? And we can see as much harmony in the world around us as proportionally to our degree of alignment. And why is it harder to heal ourselves than to heal others? Because relative to others, it's easier for us to align because we are not deep in their circumstances. You remember when we are not aligned, the more we are not aligned, the more we feel that these are the circumstances that are negative and that we cannot do anything about it. And the circumstances are the reason that everything is happening. And the more we are aligned, the more we feel our power in our world. And the opposite is true too. Meaning, the more we allow ourselves to feel our power, the more we align. actually. And this is nice because we can use it then as an instrument. We can use it as our GPS. Okay. So when about the situation of others, it's easier for us to come to conclusion about their worthiness and that they deserve to be well and that they are powerful and that they are divine and that all is well for them. In um, and if we speak about our own circumstances and healing, and then we can heal others, yeah, because when we align about them, then we are the energy they can use to heal. They can match to heal. And when we want to heal ourselves, it is harder to align because we see our own circumstances as the reason for what is happening, and we see our own not wellness as something very substantial, something that closes for us the doors to all the good things sometimes. And then to align ourselves is harder because it is like the draw, the attraction of the low emotional state, low energy state is stronger in this case. But on the other hand, to heal ourselves is easier than others because we have this permission slip that it's only about us. We don't need to influence anyone else. And even though the organs of our own body still can feel to us like some outside of us object, like something that has its own will and its own health, and we still can feel it as an object outside of us, we still it still can be easier for us to believe that it is within our area of influence. And it is easier to see that we can only work with ourselves and we can work with our beliefs to align. Because what is to align? To align is to align our beliefs with the, it can be said as with the point of view, with the opinion of our inner being. And then it all becomes the issue of our beliefs. In the next lectures, we will work with some very, very powerful tools that allow us to change beliefs and to align, even in desperate states. And one of these tools I developed indeed in very deep, desperate states when I just needed something that will work. And it did work. And I gathered it from different systems, some from NLP, for example, neuro-linguistic programming, that I learned not in order to influence others, but in order to influence myself, because I thought if NLP is how to easier convince someone of something, and if all the power is in me and me changing my beliefs, then I do want to learn how I can easier convince myself in something. And I indeed learned in NLP something very valuable regarding that, and I added it to my tool so that it did become more, even more powerful. But we will learn it in the next lectures. And today I want something easy and playful to bring into our lecture. We will just work with life. Because, yeah. Mm, what do you mean if you can use it with your clients, Mavilde? Of course, these are free for everyone. They can just use it there on the website if they want to, or you want to copy it somewhere. Actually, you can do with it the forms on my web. This is this is what I created, but I don't know what you ask about. Aha, okay. Well, you can just state the originator of this, okay? Or if you want to, we can work together and I can add the pages in Portuguese as well. Yes, this can be a good case as well. I will contact you by email. Yes, because I recently discovered WordPress plugin that allows very easy adding of pages in other languages, so it can be added because there is some JavaScript, some web programming added there so that these forms would work the best coaching way. Okay, so yes, yes, I will contact you by email and we will do it. It is a great idea. Yes, of course. Okay. About what we are going to work with today is that, yes, thank you too. And this is nice to hear that you love what I do on my website. Yes, I do find it also very useful both for myself and for my clients. Okay. Again, what are we going to work today with is some time ago when I was reading something in the internet. I paid attention that on some images, you know, all these images with quotes, sometimes there were some quotes that were very powerfully expressing some beliefs that how do we say it, could be more aligned. And when I saw them, I always saved them for myself just to work with clients or in webinars, for example, because these are just was a very good demonstration of some very common beliefs, and it was good to use them, but they were some of them were in Russian, and I thought I would never be able to use them with you, with my English-speaking audience. But then I discovered that in PowerPoint I can easily add translation in these black boxes, and so we will just try to work with them, and then please give me your feedback on how it works for you. because I love working with these images, and it doesn't usually feel like work. It more feels like play, and it is interactive. So I really ask for your assistance in it. Okay, let's try the first. You see, this is my translation that Ed did. And the quote says, "All will be well." Now, how this thought could be made better? What could be the reason that this thought is not very aligned? Yes, all is well, right. Because when we say all will be well, it is more, yeah, exactly. It is more like we are waiting for the good things to happen, right? And we are not in balance where we are. Yes. Okay. This is more subtle, I'd say. One day I will find the right words and they will simple. How this makes us feel not as good as we could now, and how can it be? Yeah, right, you found them. And also, it is like Abraham Hicks have this statement, and the best point of, like the best set point is I'm happy with where I am and eager for more. And here it's more like longing, right? Less all is well and more like it will be well. Yeah. Okay. This one I just love using. It's not to find a better belief. This just a picture I love using when it gives the feeling of like anticipation and excitement, like wow, let's imagine that all was done by itself. But actually this does contain a bit of what it was before, also that all will be well and that is well. But I love this face, his face as if he's quite happy here, but it's like wow, it can be even better. Right? Okay. By the way, with these pictures, I quite took them, just opened the folder with the pictures. Like there wasn't a system from my mind to take them, how in which order to take them. It was just, I just opened the folder and whatever like called my attention to, I took here. Okay. What else can be said? Here it is not about the beliefs that can be changed. It is more which thoughts this picture is calling to. And like for me, this picture itself is kind of a meditation or something that can be very positive or can be very symbolic to what our mood now is. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, and this does speak about your mood now, Karen. This is great. I love this motto for this page. Yes. Okay, what can be bad about this and how it can be improved? I understand what is good here because this is like a permission slip for us to let our logic not to interfere with what our heart says. But how can it be bad for us, and how that bad can be improved? Can you tell me? Alternative. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what I meant. Yes, right. To this, we can add that sometimes following our heart can be with logic, right? Like there can be found a model which will allow us to connect our logic, to combine our logic, our mind with our heart, and then it is much more powerful. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Thank you, girls, very much. Okay. Okay, this is more subtle. When we hear your boundaries or limitations are only in your head, how this can be bad for someone, how this can be not very empowering, not not bringing someone to alignment. Can you? Yes, are those that you place upon yourself. Uh, yes, and how this can be limiting, how this statement can be limiting. Can you see? Yes, yes, yes. This is like when people put goals for themselves, state goals that are too high and too detailed, then it can be more. It's not like it's damaging for them to hear that, right? It's only but it's like it is too far for them, and it can be for someone who does meet some circumstances that feel hard. It is a bit. It could be a bit more aligning for them. If we say, yes, we understand that your circumstances can be hard, but maybe if we remind them about uh, Adonai mythos, I wonder if you heard that. I will write it for you. Yeah, do not place happiness outside. Yeah, this too. Adonai. This is if I remember it correctly. I'm not sure, but I will find out and I will put the links for that next to the lecture. Because if we add to it that there are some, there is some agenda that the person did choose to be here in these circumstances that can be seem to be so hard, like this can be seen like something that is hard and objective, etc., then it can be a bit more aligning for the person to whom we speak. And sometimes it is for ourselves as well. The spirit needs to achieve the desired growth. This is interesting. Interesting. This reminds me for what Bashar said. He said that we come as a clay, like the soul comes as a clay, And during our life, we become ceramics. And this is what this physical life is about. Besides the pleasure of experience we can have during our life. Okay, let's go further. Oh, this you probably saw. This just also can be used as an instrument. By the way, this is the former. All the former slides also can be used as an instrument. How? Because we can look at it and we can try and see where we are. Do we understand it like this, or do we need something else added for us to feel better? And like a little like watching ourselves, observing where we are and learning something about ourselves. Okay? Okay. This is you probably saw already one of my favorite images, patterns, templates, maybe of thinking. Because I love using some templates that let me feel where I am. And I will add it here now. I will add it as a text. This is a text from Abraham Hicks' website, if I remember correctly. This is their words for sure. I just don't remember where. I think it's on their website still. And I take it as a template with which I, it's like a Camerton or something that I compare my, because sometimes when, especially when something is happening and it is hard for me, I speak about myself, that it is hard for me to easily see where my beliefs hinder me, where is it not serving me, which beliefs I have that I need to change in this case. Or I guess it better be said as it would serve me better if I change these beliefs. And this is, when I use this as a template, it lets me easily see where exactly I am not compatible, or I am not aligned. Because if I read it and I feel that, yes, this is the way I think, then it's all as well. But usually, especially about some situations where, and it is also can be taken as one of the very good instruments I recommend. I use it myself a lot in many different cases. And one of the cases, one of the ways I use it is indeed taking a situation which I don't like and using these phrases, these sentences as something to compare where I am and where I could be. And then when I compare, it says you are free. Usually it already is not so in the situation I dislike, because usually there in the situation I dislike, I usually feel that I'm not that free because I cannot influence it, because it's something that other people do, or it's the circumstances, or something else is happening. But then it actually gives me a vector. It's like what it was in the previous lecture with, not the previous lecture, the one before the previous lecture with Dr. Avdeyev, where we used a glass and water on our hand, and we at first we got the senses, our senses where we are regarding our desire, and then later with the translator we got the senses where we want to be, and like the ideal situation, the situation that would serve both us and the world. And in getting both the like coordinates of the situation now and situation in the future or somewhere, okay, we get the vector on which we can move. And here also, when I take this sentence, you are free, and I feel that in this situation I'm thinking about now, I am surely not free because I am of no influence there, then I'm getting a vector on which I can work. I can, because I can state where I am today is like I have no influence. And it is actually, I have no influence not only on the situation, but I have no influence on my life, on my only life, my own life. And from this, I go to I am free. Okay, and this is the work then. How I go from here, there. And we will see in the next lectures how exactly we can do that. And we can do that. And the focus delights, they're on my website. They are one of good ways to do it. But we will see it also. And with all these statements, it is also the same. If I feel that I do feel that I am quite free, okay, but maybe I'm not that powerful. Maybe I'm not that powerful. And then again, I get a vector. I'm not that powerful. I am powerful. Wow. Okay. And etc. And on all these others as well. So this picture, it reminds me also about the situations where I feel like I put someone or something as my source of resources. Like it lets me know when I think that my employer or my client or someone I work with or some company or someone else or God or someone that he or she or it is the source of my well-being, and then I should be disciplined, like I should listen to them more than listening to myself. And I should align to them, I should please them instead of finding my own alignment. And this picture, when I see it, it reminds me to check for that balance and find it again, remember it again, recall it again, that the matter always is of finding the alignment within myself, like between me and me, between me and my inner being. And then my source is the source of my inner being. Do you want to add something about it? Or should we go further? Yeah, wow. I love, yes, it reminds me of the Namaste statement, right? The Namaste is like how they define it usually, the divine in me uh, greets the divine in you, right? Something like this. Yes. Yes, this is very good. Yeah, thanks for this edition. I never thought about it this way. Yeah, it's good. Very good. Thank you. Namaste. Okay. Okay. Now, what do you see in this statement? uh, wow. Yeah. I do feel it as well. Yes. Yes. Right. I didn't think about it. What I was thinking about this slide was that it was kind of this is not the place where he indeed feels just happy. It's still like a polarity for him where he's in a feeling like he and others are like counterparts, are like opposite sides, right? That and then I thought that something could be added more like alignment, that I could be happy and um, be um, like cooperate with others too in a good way. And there is no need to impress someone. Again, it's like what I spoke about the previous slide, that it was something like he still, when he thinks that he should impress someone, he still thinks that someone else is his source of well-being, source of some resources or something, right? Yeah, yes, yes, yes. It is like they're like with the mind and the heart, right? Right? That they don't have to be alternatives; they can be together. Yes, yes. Okay, next one. Again. Actually, the same idea. I'd say it speaks interestingly not only about the energy maybe of the lecture today, but probably about on my energy when all these images called to my attention, because I have many, many, many of these images, and choosing exactly this, I can see the message of the world to me. Because what I see in this slide, want to say before I say it, what you see in it? Yes. It's okay. Yes, this is about it. That there are people like this, yes, and still we want to have the source of our happiness inside us, right? Yes, moods can be contagious. Yes, exactly. Yes. What I wanted to say was that it is quite what Mavil said now that yes, there are people like this, and yet we want to have the source of our happiness inside, and then it just it reflects in all those outside circumstances as well. Yes. What I wanted to say that from these images it looks like if I think that there is a message to me from the world, from the situation in which I was gathering these images, is that my source of my well-being and my happiness is inside me, and I should pay more attention to that and less put the focus on the outside of me. And I'd say this is very true for my situation. Okay. Maybe we can see it regarding the healing self, right? That it is also the message of having the source of well-being and happiness inside us, and the healing self. Like this is actually they are not just they are connected. This is the answer to healing self. The answer is to rely on our own alignment, right? So this choice of these images to this subject is really one of those wizards. Okay. Again, the same subject. I'd say. Want to say something before I do? How do you see it? Yes, and why it is a heavy thought. Karen, you can also, if you told us why it is, why it feels exactly for you, it also would be good. Because I guess we see in it different things. If for Mavild it's a heavy thought, yes, this is, imagine they are dead by midnight. When I heard no, Steve, I forgot his full name suddenly. The inventor of Apple, uh, when he said that uh, advice to all, yes, Steve Jobs, exactly. Yes, Steve Jobs. He once said that it was his motto, something for some period at least, to imagine that it only this day that he has, or some several days, and then how would you live then? And for me, it always was like, yes, it did have some point in it, in a sense that it would free me from things that I do, like on some agreements with someone, and it does put things in order, but at the same time, it brings in some anxiety in it, and I do not want to think that I will be dead. And the same thing, I don't want to feel that about other people as well, right? But for me, uh, what Ogmandino said was also a bit interfering with the calmness that happiness that there could be, would be like, it's kind of, it can be a manipulation of other people. But other than that, if we don't see it as a manipulation, sometimes it is hard for us to say no to someone. And then, yeah, okay, second, I will read what you said, Karen. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yes, I guess, Karen, when you are there every day in like when these circumstances are much closer to you than to us, then indeed you can see it differently, and it is a beautiful point of view. Yes, I do see it. I guess I saw a different side in it, just and just in case it could be useful for someone, I will tell that story because I think that it can serve someone. When I was on a Tantra seminar, then a girl asked there how I can say no to men. And the trainer said, because the girl said, when I want to say no, when they do something that I don't want them to do to me, with me, I cannot say no because it feels like I do something bad or unpleasant or something like not very kind or not very harmonious. And it is hard. And the trainer said something that I really liked. She said, uh, think not about you saying no to them, think about saying yes to yourself. And think that when you do tell them yes instead of no, when they do something that you don't want them to do, you are actually saying no to yourself. And then, and if you tell them no when they do something you don't want them to do, then you actually say yes to yourself. And then this changed a lot for me too, because being a self-coach and a coach too, I always look for the tools that I can use, and this is a great instrument that in cases when it is about other people, like what I saw in this Ogmandino's quote, and what was on yourself. Can you imagine? Yeah. Yes. Yes, Karen. Yes. 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 I thought just about that maybe before taking a day of treating everyone else with care, kindness, and understanding, and all that, maybe we could take a day before that and treat ourselves with the care and kindness and understanding. And maybe that then would, but not like we would be dead by midnight, just listening to ourselves, like what Dr. Avdiev said when we were in the lecture 20, when we were doing this technique with the mirror of Isis. And he said, we are our closest friend, our closest person. No one ever will be that close to us. And I'd like one before they take a day doing what Ogmandino said, I'd like them, me, to take a day and just be with ourselves and see what we want and see where we can be happy and see where we can care for ourselves and care for our desires and care and even care for our what we see as weaknesses. You see where I'm going? Do you see you know what I'm speaking about? Can you relate to it too? Great. I also once read some articles from some psychiatrist, psychologist, I already don't remember. She was saying that sometimes we read these things where we could change our habits or could do something that we are not. Yes, yes, and self-love. Yes. So she said that, and it really I paid attention to that. That she said that many times we read those articles that we could change our habits, or we could behave differently, or we could really do all those things that we think, at least, that we should do, but we are not doing because we are lazy or something. And she said, believe me, if you are not doing something, like she said, you are always doing something, like, and it is not especially something physical with our environment, but something inside, like you always use 100% of all your resources on something. And she said, just you could just respect it, that if you are not doing that, then there exists something that you spend your resources upon right now, and maybe it is not less important to you than something. So if it was just it reminded me of that when I read this, extend to them all the care, kindness, and understanding you can master, and do it with no thought of any reward. Because I understand one side of it, that he says that we many times have this belief that it is always only one side wins. Like if we have something that we take it from someone else and they don't have it, Or if we do something for someone else, then we don't do it for ourselves and we don't have it, etc. Right? And that this could be exchanged for the belief that could probably serve us better, that it can be a win-win and we can care for others, and it could be good for ourselves too, and we could think about others kindly too, and so on. And I just wanted to add to it that probably when I extend the care and kindness and understanding and love to myself, then I probably naturally feel the love and care and understanding and kindness to others too. Like I don't need to. When my daughter was little, she when she was eating something, yes, exactly, yes. When she was eating something and we asked her to share it with someone else, and she sometimes took some very little piece of what she was eating and gave it to someone, like it was a tiny piece of chocolate, or not chocolate, she didn't eat chocolate, but whatever she was eating, she did a very, very little pieces of it to share. Like she still shared because we said so, even though when she was, when I think I always had this attitude, I think, but I think I said it to her when she was like 5 or 6 probably, that I said to her that her own feeling should be on what to do should be more important for her than what we tell her. What I tell her or her father tell her, her own point of view should always be more important. And I understand that not to every child probably this can be said, but I saw that she was ready for it. She was. It was good for her to hear that, and I indeed think so. That she does have, how do I say it, alignment enough to have enough guidance from her inner being. Yeah. And but then when she was, yeah, thank you. But then when she was so young, I still didn't, even though I felt probably like every other parent would do, like not a guilt, but this feeling that maybe I should tell her that she should share more. But I felt that no, it wouldn't be good. It just was a feeling, no. But then I read somewhere, again, I think a psychologist said that when children, or probably maybe it even were Abraham Hicks there. What is sheeple? I don't know. What is it, Karen? What does this word mean? But then I read that some psychologists said that when children don't share a lot from what they have, it means they feel lack, because they, from their nature, children want to share. And when they don't, yeah, yes, this I can, yes, yes, yes. And so the psychologist said that when a child, that naturally, that it is natural for a child to share when they feel that they have enough and more. And if they don't want to share, it means that we shouldn't in any case to force them to share, but we should pay attention to that. And if we can somehow work with their mindset or the circumstances so that they could see that they have enough and they can share. And when I read this, what Ogmandino said, it also just a bit reminds me of that, because when he said, extend to them all the care, kindness, and understanding you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward, I think probably the person that couldn't extract from themselves all the care, kindness, and understanding, and no thought of any reward, probably they could work with themselves about the belief that they have and the circumstances that they have, that maybe they don't think they have enough, or maybe they use these resources of care, kindness, and understanding for others on something they like would need for themselves, or something like that. That's what I could say about this quote of Ogmandino, like the coaching and self-coaching thoughts that could be expressed about this quote. On this note, let's take a break, and for now I'll put this image here. And we can think about it when we are on a break. Break for 8 minutes. Okay, see you later. Okay, so we are back. Are you back? Anyone? Anyone here? Yes, great. Okay, then, let's continue. What did bother me in this one? Can you guess? Anyone? Your life? Why? That is interesting. Yes, Mavild, you are very sensitive. And Karen, I agree with you. It is exactly what was bothering me there, right? That it would be boring. But Mavild, this is an interesting point of view. I didn't think about it. Yes, that indeed there is like an opposition there, right? That the one who wishes that they are so aware of the black stripes in their lives that they wish the other not to have them. And they also probably don't see any value in their own black stripes, right? Interesting. I didn't see. Thank you. Yes, this exactly is what bothered me, that it would be boring, and also not only about boring, it also is about what I also was speaking about in the lecture 3, when I said we no, we continue to go forward. Let's say we are aligned, right? Until the end, and we are happy at some point. We are aligned, and all the world is the harmony for us, and all the world is the well-being for us, and support and love and all that. And but the stream continues to expand, right? And then there are these areas that if our alignment is only here, excuse me, I'm just drawing on the touchpad, not the easy thing to do. And then these areas, what I was calling ironically in the beginning, the pockets of happiness, these are what I call pre-aligned areas. This is where we didn't align yet. And then it is what is expressed on our screen of physical events, things, of screen of our physical reality, okay? So this reflects on the screen of our physical reality in events and things and ideas that don't feel good to us. And then what I said also in that lecture 3, if I remember, was that when we do align in these areas too, then this new alignment becomes our new point of happiness. Like we were here and we were happy, and now we are here and it is a new happiness. It can be, by the way, I will share it with you too, because this is for me a huge example of this new happiness. hpmore.com. It is Harry Potter and the methods of rationality. It is someone wrote it, not John Rowling, someone else wrote it, some professor, if I remember correctly. And it is so interesting, and it is such a smart book that when I was describing it and my pleasure from it to someone, I said I did enjoy very much the first book of Harry Potter by John Rowling many years ago. And I read it when it wasn't that popular. I just bought some book to read in a plane in duty free, I think. Just something to read in English so that I could learn English better. And I remember how fascinated I was when I was reading it. It was so interesting for me that sometimes I felt like I didn't remember that I was reading in some other English, that it wasn't in Russian. It appeared to be like written in my language. It didn't appear to be anything other. And it was very, very interesting. But now when I came to this Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, it just was like really that new happiness that I could have, because not only it was as fascinating and as interesting and as engaging, it also was engaging my mind very much because Harry Potter there is so smart and he's using all those rationality methods very well, and you should just see that book to see what I'm speaking about. But I think you could see and hear the excitement in my voice and what it was for me. And then another example that I made of it was when I was describing this book to someone. I said it's like imagine that you had a relationship with a girl when you both were young, and it was a good, loving relationship. It was of pleasure to both of you. And then many years you didn't see each other, and you grown up, and he and she also has been grown up, and you meet each other, and suddenly you see that you still um, get much pleasure, so much pleasure from each other's company, but also it also uses all your experience over these years and all your mind and all your wisdom and all that you gather through these years. It also comes into the engagement, the pleasure of this new relationship that you have with that person. And then it's like what I call new happiness. And that is what those black stripes turn into when we do the vibrational work. And in the next lecture, I think, we will see the tool that allows us really to turn the black stripes into the new happiness. And this is really both powerful and happy. It is just happy that we can live like this, that it can be like this, that the negative things, the black stripes, they are just the new happiness having arrived and having made itself available to us if and when we do our inner work with it, or inner play, like what we do right now. um, and then we come to this state. About this one, I can say only, you want to add something about it? something of your opinion, because I don't want to spoil your opinion with mine. Okay. Yeah, I'd say for a change, I can say what I like here, not what bothers me in it. I could say that I like that this animal, this someone is doing it on nature, not in some cave. Yeah, not in far from everyone, but here. And probably when they open their eyes, they will see the beauty around them as well. Right. Okay. Now what we will open next? This one. This one is about shoes. For me. What is it for you? Want to say something? Wow, that is interesting. Yes, I love your point of view. I love it because, and probably it is because I'm setting up some website now, and I'm feeling that I could work faster there, and I feel like I should do faster. And it is the feelings of guilt and shoulds and all that. And I guess that something that comes because I do my inner work with it, because I understand that first of all, I understand that it is a natural feeling there, and it is a stage in harmonization, and I can do some inner work there, and I understand that what is being usually called procrastination, what it is, not what usually is seen in it. And I think one of our lectures will be on that, on shoulds and guilt, and I did some beautiful work on some of these subjects because it was relevant for me to find my way out in that, and it helps people. I'm glad it helps not only me, and it helps me too when I come there again, because it is a bit like stairs. When we were speaking about the stairs, and a person that is going here. Wait. Moment. And should start. Okay, I'm very good in drawing, but when a person goes forward, when we go forward, okay, then to some degree we go and go, we walk and walk and walk, and it is a plateau for us, and then we come to something that is like a wall for us, and we don't see our way out and what to do and all that, and it is like feels like all these circumstances, no way out, and that it is something very negative. And it is again these pockets of happiness, right? That it is just expanded and that we can align, and then we rise into the next stair, And then we can continue there again on some plateau. We are walking, and it is a new happiness on this new stair, and we continue going forward until we meet the next stair again, and it continues this way. And what I paid attention, both in me and other people, that many times when we meet this new stair, and the higher the stair is relatively to our height, our own height, height, to how high we are, then the higher it is, the more it relatively to us, the more it feels like it is something unbearable, not unbearable, unwinnable, uncontrollable, like we cannot fix it, we cannot do anything with it, and more of all, we can't do anything with the instruments we have. And it feels like in the previous life, we more or less probably were living with these stairs, where we were high enough for every stair to see that it is a stair and we can fix it and we can go further, right? And now suddenly in this new life with these new energies that are faster and stronger and more powerful, and our stairs are much higher, and then when we come there, we suddenly see that all our instruments, all the physical things that we could do, they are suddenly not, we don't see how we can do something with what we can do in order to improve the situation. And then what I saw in my life and the lives of others a lot was that in these cases the old, as if the old belief come back, like regarding when it is about money, for example, then the person who on some stair already came to the belief that all the world is open and the well-being comes and all that, and that we are supported. On the next stair, when this person meets the next stair, it many times feels as these old beliefs again, and that I wouldn't. Many gurus, many trainers in this situation say, you do step back. Like you did step back after you walked forward, and then you fell again back. You did improve this belief, and then you fall again to your old beliefs. I do not see it serving me, because as Mavil said, as you said, that it is a pushing and it is a blame, yeah, and this is what it is for me in those statements. For me, more serving is the model where it is a new stair. It's just that those old beliefs are so we got used to them, to those old beliefs, and because the nature always, the universe always uses the least resistance path, the least wasteful path, the path with the spending as less resources as possible. Because of that, I think the universe just because what are these new beliefs? as Abraham Hicks say, beliefs are just thoughts that you keep thinking. And I would say that in this case, it's just we have this new energy now. But this energy is again a gap, expressing having a gap in the in this stream, in this energy stream. Okay, and then if this is again a gap in this stream, then it is quite logical that our old it will be expressed in our old thoughts, and then we come to our old like beliefs again. When we are actually on the new step, we are on the new stair here, and we have new pockets of happiness here, like this area where we are not aligned yet. But it also can express itself in some circumstances that would be the same as this was reflected, okay, on the physical reality. And then we sometimes can want to do the same work again as we did on the previous on the previous step, like when we were here. But when we do this work, what actually confirms for me that even if these are the old beliefs here, but still it is just how my new state is expressed in these old beliefs, what confirms to me this point of view, and not that I'm just thrown back or fell back to my old beliefs. What confirms to me this my model is that when I align in this new place, when I overcome, with, harmonize my old beliefs and come to new beliefs, to better serving me beliefs again, then I have new feeling. I do feel this, that as a result of it, when I race to the new stair, I do feel there the new happiness. I do feel there that there is some content that got added here. And usually, the higher the stair is, the bigger this content is. And I do feel then all the value of this step, and I do feel then all the value of that black stripe too. And so even though and that's again to the what was said in the beginning, that it is harder to do the healing self than the healing of others. But it is easier because it is work with ourselves. And here I can feel it, that it is indeed, it is again just work with my own beliefs, and I can do that. I can do that. I remember that I can do that. Okay, going back to this frog. It was, for me, it was about the shoes. And that this frog was like in the state, maybe I should do something. But then it said, never mind. Okay. And it is actually, it is a good one. It's not that it bothers me. It just reminds me that meditation is better than hurrying myself to do something that is not ready from the energy point of view. But this one is better. Okay, this one I'd probably say that you would say again that it is about, yeah, it was about the previous one, right? Not this one. What about this one? Yes. Yes, okay. Yeah, this one probably again about blaming someone else, like relying on the outer circumstances, right? Instead of working with ourselves. But there is something else in it too that I wanted to speak about regarding self-coaching. And this is, I think it can be a good side break. Like it could be a good break between breaking of tension, maybe between those things. Like allowing ourselves to be whatever we are. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay, what I wanted to say about it is that an important reminder that when we are like it is this coming up and this coming up the stair, it has some steps that we go through, okay? And many times, like the higher it is, the more probable it is, the more possible it is that we start here with desperation and the feeling of helplessness. And then, in this stage, blaming others can be the step that helps us to move higher. And then we shouldn't actually be afraid of doing it. We can just take this step and look, if it takes us higher, if it takes us to feel a bit, even a little bit better than what we felt before, then it is a good step to take. And I'm not speaking about like here beating someone or shouting at someone. Of course, I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about that we have our own, I don't know, a notebook, notepad, something like a note, a piece of paper that we can write it on, or even in our own mind. We can say this statement. No, one more. We can say, and sometimes this statement takes us higher. And we can add to it that we allow ourselves to hate certain people or certain events. Earplugs, it's interesting. But I didn't mean to say it to someone. I didn't mean to shout at someone. I didn't mean really to go and get it out to someone. And it is another statement that I can bring here is probably I fix it. I'll take it as I can choose. This is what I wanted to say. This is one of the statements that, of course, I can go and shout at someone at this point, and it can be that it will even feel good to me. But what I know that if I wait, if I do my energy work first, and then I go and interact with others, and then I go and do some outer physical steps, then the interaction and the steps will be much more rewarding. Yes. Yes, to improve the situation, but actually, regarding improving what you say is very good. I just want to say that in my own experience, when I did the inner work in order to improve the situation, it's like, okay, it depends about which situation you speak, because if this is about the physical situation, then I found that doing my inner work in order to improve the outer situation is much harder and not always is working. Many times it doesn't work. Because why? Because when I feel like I should improve the situation and I do something to improve the outer situation, it means that the implying message that I give the world in it is that I feel that the situation is bad. And then actually my actions, they perpetuate this state. They may create new circumstances that will bring the same message, that will bring the same state. It's like maybe easier than letting go of anger. Maybe. Maybe it depends on the situation. It can be depending on the situation. Maybe. Yeah. Getting earplugs. I was just imagining this situation. Yes, you want to say something? Yes, exactly. And this is what I found too. And I also found that it is very hard for me to allow myself to hate someone or something. Yes. But then I found that when I just say this statement, I allow myself to hate these circumstances, it feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like, yeah, I exist. I allow myself to feel something. Yeah, right. And then when I enjoy, I'm just let myself basking in this new ease and in this breath of fresh air of allowing myself to hate. I allow myself to hate these circumstances. And then suddenly, usually the next thought comes by itself that says, well, there are some good sides to these circumstances as well. Oh, there are some good circumstances outside of it too. Yeah. Mathilde, I think in 5 minutes we can finish already. So it's okay, we will continue next time. 5 minutes you will be with us? Okay. Okay. Um, yes, okay. Then, okay, then what I'll say only that I'll just remind something that it is like in that old example that people say that when we are glad, we smile, and then if we are sad and we smile, we just put the smile physically on our face, and it influences our mood a bit, even a bit. Then just to remind ourselves here that with the thoughts it's the same. Like when we have thoughts, and why do we have these thoughts? They are produced. They are an expression of some energy state here. Okay, and then when we choose a thought that feels better, that is a bit higher, then what happens is when we really move to this thought that is higher, a bit higher, then we move to a new emotional state also. And it can be a new state. Let's take this. It will be a bit higher. And then it will give a new range of thoughts that will also be a bit higher. Like this range is higher than this range, okay? And then when in this range we choose a thought that feels a bit better, not even the best one, but even from this we take this, still it creates a new emotional state, which is expressed to us in a new thought that also feels better. And also, this is what I was speaking about here, that when I feel helpless, and from the helplessness, I go to this, I allow myself to hate these circumstances, then this allows me to see that there are some not very bad circumstances as well. Okay, like I can move on these thoughts, and what I wanted to show here is that when I am here and I'm going to this thought and I'm really basking on this stage, I'm basking here, I allow myself to bask here and take all the pleasure from it, then my emotional state changes, it becomes higher, and then it gives me a new thought. And then I don't need to convince myself in seeing other circumstances. I don't need even to find a better feeling thoughts, a better feeling, and the next better feeling thought, because it kind of reveals itself to me. Okay, I now just put a slide that was feeling good to us. This one. Okay, and I will wish us this mode, and I will say also that what is work, first of all, I do invite you to write to me some feedback on how this form of work with these images and beliefs, if this is good for you, if you like it, and maybe you could offer some other ideas regarding it as well. What I wanted to say that it gives, it is playful, and it feels like we don't do maybe lots of work here, but we do. And what I can say that it trains us, like underlying current in our subconscious, or somewhere in the underlying current all along, it trains us to listen to the way we feel and to listen to the way we feel. And that when we see something, then it trains us to find a better feeling thought about them, and it trains us to find better feeling thoughts about our circumstances as well. It trains us to observe the thoughts that we think and find what would feel better to us. And it is, I think, important from the energy point of view, from all this inner work point of view. And then healing happens all along. And it leads us to follow ourselves. And it also works on bringing some good beliefs, good feeling beliefs that are good for us. So, okay, I succeeded to put it all in 5 minutes. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. And we will continue. Yeah, see you next time. Thank you all.